It's not a game, it's not a game. Banging on your chip when I come through the pain. Never been about the money or the fame. But when it bring both, so here we go again. Wins on the road, yeah, I got those. Couple records that I hold, yeah, I got those. It's the playoffs, the team just got home. We ain't going outside when it matter most. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday.
It's week 4 of the National Football League, and we'll see the lefty, Tua Tagovailoa. He was terrific a week ago, well over 400 yards passing. It's the Dolphins and the Bengals under the lights on Thursday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the banks of the Ohio River and Paycor Stadium in the Green City of Cincinnati.
Tonight it's on to week 4 as we've got a good Thursday night matchup in store between the Miami Dolphins and the Cincinnati Bengals. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gunn. To my left, Charles Davis. And Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. They've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Dolphins, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in week 4.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. But the Bengals getting set for their first possession of the ball game and leading them out in his 3rd season. Really the face of Cincinnati football, Joe Burrow.
And there's a lot of good to watch in the game last week. He threw 4 touchdown passes. A little bit of concern throwing the 2 interceptions.
Yeah, and the 2 pick.
Yeah, you want the ratio really to be closer to 3-1 as opposed to the 2-1 that he had. But it is something to build on. They did get the win, didn't they?
Here we go. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. He's got a man, complete.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
36 yards on the play.
We had an idea that they might come out and challenge the secondary, but I don't know if we thought it'd be right out of the gate on the very first play of the game. But they did so successfully, they've got to feel good about how things have started.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
The Bengals hit 3-0 here in the month of September. And they come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Looking to throw on 2nd down.
Burrow. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Burrow. He hits Adams, complete. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 13-yard line. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow, first down. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there.
They'll wind up with 3 yards out of that, and it's second down.
It's 2nd and 7 from the 9. Now it's Burrow. Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Evan McPherson now for the PAT. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Now Tua Tagovailoa gets set to lead this Dolphins offense for the first time.
It was fun getting ready for this game, wasn't it? Because normally we talk to the coaches and the players. I think you and I asked to talk to the trainer to see how his arm is going to be.
A lot of ice after last week.
After last week's game, boy, what a performance that was. And you know who else is having fun? Receivers. Because they get a chance to do what they do best, which is go out and catch the ball.
Yeah, and that last week effort, he threw for well over 400 yards.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Over the middle and complete to Waddle.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Tua now on 1st down. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
A legacy player in the NFL, Cedric Wilson, 602 yards last season. Nearly beat his father's best season when he played in the league. The Miami Dolphins, they're betting that Wilson can surpass not only his dad, but become a big-time player in their revamped passing game. Nice catch there for a 1st down.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. To throw again on 2nd down. Tua. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. Tua finding Gesicki there for a Dolphin first. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete.
Chances are good. He's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that that could be a really, really frequent combination. They'll run for the first time with Kareem Hunt. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. Here we go. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Caught on a slant. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal. 6-0 our score after 1. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter. They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. About a half yard from the end zone, third and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Alec Ingold, his first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Takes it at the 7. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one. But now playing here on Thursday night, do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Now it's Burrow. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
They come with a jet sweep here as Burrow just taps that forward. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
And Jacobs, I don't think is going to get there. No, it appears they're going to mark him short of the first. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to fourth down.
Gun.
They'll try and run for it. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They were winners a week ago against Buffalo. They lead here with a 1st and 10. They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
Looking deep downfield. And this is caught. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And the final number on that throw Boy, it traveled an even 69 yards. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is up to 8. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th. Didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop this. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride in the offense this go around. Now Burrow on 1st down. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Burrow. He's got his man on the crossing route. This is Higgins. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Here we go, here we go.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
McPherson's kick is good, and that'll get the lead down to 5. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Igbenogany elects not to return it. The football will come out to the 25-yard line. Miami set to take over. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Tua. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
Right.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. Tua sets up to pass it. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hunt. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And again, it's Tagovailoa. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Dolphins will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This one fielded at the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Bengals going to take over late in this first half. Not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it. Down by 2 scores. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. From the 30 on second down, Burrow. And it's complete to Adams. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. First down. Here's Burrow. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it. And it'll be second down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Burrow. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing again, it's Burrow. He's got a man, complete. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Here we go.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now they go play action now. Burrow. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Devontae Adams in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Terrific. Touchdown. I know we've got a game now.
Yeah, I think anytime you go to the second half down just 1 or 2 scores, you feel not where you want to be, but in a pretty good spot.
And I think for most teams, when they go into the half in this situation, it's not a lot of adjusting going on. It's much more, all right, guys, let's just play a little bit better than we did in the first half.
And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. And sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense. That's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target and put it right on him.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, Charles, thanks very much. Welcome in, everybody, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's take a look at what we've got on tap as we wrap up the first quarter of the NFL season. Some great games coming up this weekend. The first one, a game in the NFL's International Series. The Minnesota Vikings taking on New Orleans. Set your alarms for that one, though. 9:30 a.m. Eastern, 6:30 a.m. Pacific. As for the 4 o'clock game, some good ones there as well. One being in Charlotte, where it'll be the Panthers taking on the Arizona Cardinals. And lastly, a great one to wrap up the first week of October. The Rams and 49ers in the NFC Championship game rematch from Levi's Stadium. With that, let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Miami. And they've definitely been able to exploit some holes in that opposing secondary, as they threw for close to 200 yards in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they too were able to take advantage of a soft secondary, as both of these two teams really threw the ball at will in that first half. With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Yeah, Coach, certainly no shortage of action in those first 2 quarters. Definitely got to work on my touchdown calls, so we'll see how much voice I have left for the second half here.
The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started.
And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. Jalen Waddle, the speedster wide receiver, brings out this offense.
He's having a day here in quarter number 3. Over 100 yards, couple touchdowns. Every receiver's hope for when they head into that game in the National Football League.
And his team is loving what he's giving them. Of course, the yardage is terrific, but I think it's what you mentioned, the 2 touchdowns. That's the big one, because he's paying off his results downfield.
And still more time here, third quarter. We'll see what else he has in store for us. They'll start the third quarter on the ground with Hunt. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
From the 30 on second down, Tua throwing quickly to Wilson.
Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Show them what you got. Y'all got time. Let's go. Ready, ready.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Tua going to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there, because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here.
And a throw there going to be incomplete.
So here they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there, now we're talking about a 2-score game, and they're probably on their way of creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Out comes Devontae Adams in the offense for their next drive. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, got the safe completion on 3rd.
Let's rock and roll, baby. Bring it. Who's going to make a play, baby? Come on, baby. Let's do it. Get him going, baby. Every day. Let's do it with you every day. Week, every week. Taking a play. That's how we eat. Yeah. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Get on him.
4th down. Here's Joe Burrow. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he is going to have the Bengals first down. No problem there. They get the first by plenty on 4th and inches.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to give them a little bit of credit for fortitude there. 4th and inches, and they don't run the football. Normally just wedge your way through, fall forward, find the yardage. They took a shot and put it in the air, and it paid off.
Maybe they saw the defense overcommitting.
A lot of confidence there, though, because even if they overcommit, you just want to make sure you get the first down. You throw an incompletion on 4th down there, they're going to second-guess you the rest of the game.
25 yards that time. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. He hits Adams complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory, down at the 31. This is caught. Touchdown. Devontae Adams with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Bengals have retaken a 3rd-quarter lead. To a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they turn that halftime deficit into a 3rd-quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But, boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that gives him a 3-point lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Now a throw here to his running back. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Got a man, it's Waddle complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, not at all. He came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw here taken in by Gesicki. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run right side with Hunt. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Now a toss running left, Hunt. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
So it's 3rd and long, and you know this is going to be a pass. So defensively, they're bringing an extra defensive back and just blanking the field. And this is an ill-advised throw right here as it winds up being picked off easily.
So here are the Bengals set to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Looking deep for Adams, and that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. On 2nd and 10, Burrow. And that's complete to Adams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. His huge night, it just continues as he's now north of 200 yards receiving.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. 2 yards on the pickup there, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 9. Burrow will throw. And he's got Hurst, his tight end. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 34-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Here we go.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 34. Now it's Burrow. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Here we go.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Over the middle, complete. That's Jacobs. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs.
And they touchdown Bengals. Jamar Chase, 31 yards. And the Bengals get an important score to extend their lead in this 4th quarter. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over. And here a late turnover leads to a 4th quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
McPherson on for the point after.
He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. So that drive in total 8 plays.
And it was Jamar Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Noah Igbenogany from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And a completion to Wilson. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Here we go.
Looking to throw again on second down.
Tua.
And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on third down.
He is going to find Hill here. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Tagovailoa. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Tua.
Escaping the pressure right. His throw incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
Now Tua.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So they got their touchdown. Now down a field goal. Here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that one. They needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Jacobs going to try the middle.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Once again, it's Jacobs.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
Josh Jacobs, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year.
And they are able to add on to their advantage.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So Tua and the Dolphins down by 10. A little over a minute to go. They'll need a score here and also likely an onside kick recovery. But first things first. 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Tua to throw. Finding Hunt. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's 2nd down. This will be caught. It's Waddle. Out across the 40-yard line before he's brought down. So a 1st down and then some. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The clock showing 19 seconds to go. And this is going to be recovered by the Bengals hands team. And they're going to hang on and win this game. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The Bengals go down to a knee in the victory formation. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game.
Here we go.
So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have a big 2nd half, and that lifts them to the victory.
Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the 2nd half, and that led them to victory.
So for Cincinnati, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for Miami, they'll fall back to 500.